Here are some hot July tax deed sales that you don't want to miss. One of the biggest challenge looking for tax deed property is where the heck do you find a good deal? So we've done the hard work for you. We're going to highlight a couple July tax deed sales that you can attend that we think will be good opportunities to buy some tax deed property. And remember, what we like about tax deeds, these are off-market properties. The tax deed wipes out the mortgage, which is very cool. And sometimes when properties don't sell at these tax deed auctions, you can go in and just buy them simply for paying the outstanding back taxes owed. So what we're going to do is save you some time and just show you some great properties. Now remember this, as tax deed investors, we are hunters. So what this means is maybe the property's not in your backyard, but if there's a property you could buy for 30, 40 cents on the dollar, sometimes even less, we don't discriminate against locations. We like to take action and we like to get good deals. And the cool thing is we can do this stuff now from home. So I'm going to hand it over here to the auction wizard, Mr. Josh Blanchard. And Josh has been to hundreds and hundreds of auctions, been involved in thousands of property purchases. And he's going to walk you through some cool auctions that we're keeping an eye on. And for the Google algorithm here, all information is public information. We are not revealing anybody's secret private information here today. So this is all public information available on county websites that you can go and take action to. So over to the auction whisperer himself. Let's look at some auctions.
Let's use the auction calendar in Tax Lien School Vault and show you some of the best auctions coming up in the month of July. So these are going to be some of the hottest auctions where you can get the best deals. If you haven't been here before, taxlienschool.com, and then click on the Knowledge Vault and it'll take you to this page. So we've got an interactive map here, but also an auction calendar. And I just want to highlight one thing right off the bat. This one was in the past, a tax lien auction in Louisiana, but those are actually pretty hot right now. I'm going to show you a little tip using a website called zeusauction.com. So this is one of the platforms. You can go ahead and I want to show you something really cool here. So we'll go to auctions and let's scroll down, but I want to highlight this. You can actually see how many items and then how many bidders are in an auction. And so, this one, there are only 2 items, but let's say this is in Tennessee. Let's say that those 2 items were actually great, like really good deals, and they were fantastic, really high value properties, low opening bids. If you truly were bidding just against 9 people, that could actually be a pretty solid auction, right? Because if you split it down the middle, that's like 4 people bidding on a house, which is actually not that bad. So don't overlook stuff like that. But let's scroll down a little bit more. Here it is. So this is East Baton Rouge in Louisiana. This is a tax lien auction. There's 3,355 items and 351 bidders. So it's like everybody can get multiple tax liens, which is fantastic. So you will notice that one, the registration has closed, but are there some more coming up? Let's keep scrolling down. So here's another one in Louisiana as well, 219 bidders, 329 items. So not as favorable as the previous tax lien sale, but these things do come up quite often. So you can go ahead and capitalize on ones in the future. Here's one right now. Iberia doesn't have their list out yet, and so this will probably change. Looks like we got 32 bidders already, and then same thing with this one in Louisiana. So you could always go ahead and register for those. These don't cost any money generally. There's not a deposit that's required for the tax lien auctions on Zeus Auction. Whoa, okay. Here's something interesting. Tammany Parish, Louisiana, 1,889 items, 0 bidders. So that could be really good. That could be something that's exciting. Registration is still open. So that I was just reminded of that because of the Caddo Parish, Louisiana tax lien auction. Okay, so starting out July, we're gonna have a great auction, of course, on the 7th. This is the first Tuesday of the month. It's pretty much immediately after Independence Day. So this is going to be a weekend where a lot of people are vegging out, partying. They're going to be taking time off. And so there's going to be less competition at these auctions. And so there are like 70 auctions that are happening on the first Tuesday of the month between Georgia and Texas. So if it's not too late, the video is probably beyond is past this. But if not, and you're watching this before, this is going to be a really good auction. After that, Arkansas auctions are starting up. So you'll see we've got Pulaski County in Arkansas, and we've got this famous story about where we bought a funeral home / limousine business / church for about $5,000 in Helena, Arkansas. It's like the middle of nowhere in Arkansas. We started cash flowing it pretty much right away. Did cash flow on that property for about 2 years before doing a seller financing agreement with the occupant, which was pretty sweet. So Arkansas can be really good for tax sales. So I'm going to click on this right here. It's going to open up the link, and it's going to take us to this website called cosl.org. So this is the Commissioner of State Lands. They've got a pretty thorough website here. They've got an FAQ section, in-person auction videos, pretty much everything that you need. So we can go ahead here, click View Next Auction. Here is the catalog. So you've got the county name, you've got the name. So this will be the property address owner. So you can see here, sometimes it's an LLC, sometimes it's an individual. It could be an estate as well. Just a quick tip about the estate. Most likely it's not going to get redeemed if that's the case. Then you've got the property address, legal description, a parcel number, and the taxes. This will be the opening bid. So we've had a lot of success in Arkansas. Generally though, the most, like the best deals that we got were not in major cities. So not like in Little Rock, Arkansas. We were more in the outliers. So this could be a really good auction here. Pulaski County. It will be competitive though. It will be competitive, sure. Pulaski is actually Little Rock, I believe. Pulaski County, Arkansas. Pulaski County, Arkansas. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Little Rock. I was questioning myself because I didn't see it there. So that's one that we want to pay attention to for sure. Just remember, it is going to be competitive, but places like Lenape County, Arkansas, there's going to be less competition. And so these sales only do happen once a year. So this is really the time to jump on it. And so the auctions do start in the summer, and they're going to continue on until they're all done. And what we would do is we would actually fly in. And so you can see that it's got an auction on the 9th, 14th, and then the 16th. And so for us, we might fly in on the 12th and then start driving properties on that weekend and then be pulling title searches so that we can go ahead and do this auction and then piggyback it with a second auction. And sometimes there's even 3 in 1 week. And then we've also got a ton of Illinois tax deed auctions happening from iltaxdeedsale.com, I believe. Let's check out one of these. This is actually a sealed bid auction at the courthouse. So these are quite unique. Sealed bids, yeah, IllinoisTaxSaleBids.com. Sealed bids, it's really hard to gauge exactly how much you should offer, right? Because you're not sure like what anybody else is going to bid. And so that's where it's really important to go ahead and look at previous results and see what properties normally sell for. So let's say on average, if a house is worth $100,000, are they selling for like 10, 15, 20? That way you can be competitive and actually make bids that are, that make sense and get you in the ballpark there and actually able to win something. So a lot of opportunity there. Illinois generally is going to be doing tax liens. And so this is just stuff that's kind of gone through for a season, and now it's time for them to sell it. We've also got Philadelphia County, Pennsylvania. That's on bid for assets. So these do happen monthly. We got multiple auctions there. And then, of course, a lot going on in Florida. We've got Florida auctions happening all over the place. So really, the big things this month, I would say, are going to be these auctions on the 7th, just because of the holiday weekend. And then we've got Arkansas starting up, which is really exciting. So I would get into that. And then also keep an eye out for those Louisiana tax sales, especially on Zeus Auction. Go ahead, see how many people have registered, and then see how many items are there. You may be able to find a nice arbitrage of where there's just a low amount of bidders and a high number of items. All right, great. If you want to learn more about tax lien and tax deed investing, make sure you subscribe to the channel and then also download our free course called the ABCs of Tax Lien and Tax Deed Investing.
Hi, it's Dustin Hahn here. I hope you enjoyed Josh's video. Real quick before you go, I have a free gift for you today called the Tax Deed Freedom Blueprint that's going to show you exactly how to buy tax lien and deed houses for up to 60% off mortgage free. And what this is a personalized blueprint that's going to show you exactly where to find the properties. This is a one-of-one personally built for you because I know there's tons of information. So what we're going to do is find out what you want, what your budget is, and just show you exactly where the properties are so that you can take action with tax liens and deeds. And it's going to show you how to avoid the mistakes as well so you're not risking your hard-earned money. So this is a free gift. We build it on a quick 15-minute call to get you started. Click the book a call link below in the description. We'll get you this blueprint for free. Thanks for watching.